This horror game is about an alien that gaslights the protagonist into staging a genocide by helping them continue its messed up evolution cycle. But in reality, it is a social experiment to see how fast the human mind can degrade if you put a truck-sized camera into the world's tiniest rooms.
Why does it need to be so f***ing narrow? Holy shit.
The game also contains thinly veiled sexual symbolism,
Okay.
including but not limited to impregnation, inflation, whatever kinky shit this is called. And then you need to defend a woman from 2 unkillable monsters, and she needs 1,000,000 years to aim her rifle at an, may I add, unmoving, barn-sized target, only to spawn you right into the following boss fight.
Oh shit! What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
This is Blue Stinger.
What do you mean?
The game opens up showing us how 65 million years ago a meteor strikes Earth and obliterates the dinosaurs. We jump forward in time, not into the year 1999 where the game was released on the Dreamcast, but into the, back then, unimaginable distant future. It is the year 2018. We see 2 guys on a boat, anchoring before an island. One is our protagonist, currently behaving like a functional human being, Elliot G. Ballard. The other is our bestest friend in the world, Tim. He is currently building one of those scantily clothed enemy figurines.
What is that? A Nephrim. It's a character from the Bottled Angel series. An angel of good luck. It's a limited edition.
But before he can invite Elliot to a hot gluing session, something crashed into the island, sending a shockwave throughout the sea. Elliot tries to call for help, but then the shockwave reaches the boat and does this to Tim. After the dust has settled, we see that a gigantic dome of energy is now encapsulating the island and a bit of surrounding sea. We see a blue light zipping from the island to the boat. The light finds the anime figurine in the hand of Tim, who seems to be frozen in time, and starts to change into it. Suddenly, a swarm of insect-like creatures flies towards the boat so fast that they clip the audio of the game.
Fucking sound.
Elliot manages to jump overboard just as the bugs crash into the boat. He wakes up soon after on the island, gently woken by the soothing sounds of a crashing helicopter and the touch of the blue spirit.
Oh shit, I didn't know it was this kind of game.
Man, Tim would have appreciated that his anime figurine is now life-sized and, you know, fuckable. This is where the game starts. We are alone on the pier, no man in sight. But as we run to the nearest gate, we are inside of a man. But before we can do anything about that, we get a video call, which is absolutely not directly inspired by the codec calls of Metal Gear Solid, which released 1 year prior. We are getting a distress call from a woman who needs help, but Elliot has a very good reason why he's not able to.
This is Elliot Ballard.
We request D7 equipped rescue unit now. The location is...
Wait, hold on. I'm on vacation.
Okay, Elliot. First, find an ID card. I'm sure there are a number of corpses around. You should be able to find one of them with an ID card.
Corpses? Did you say there are a number of corpses around?
And sure enough, as soon as we go through the gate, we find a hallway full of corpses and an ID card on one of them.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Elliot. Weren't you like super shocked about the corpses less than a minute ago? And now that you pillaged the shredded remains of a flayed man, you're like, fuck yeah! But seriously, why are there so many dead people here? As we make our way to the woman in need, we find a gun and a peculiar looking corpse.
The fuck? What the fuck happened to him?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
The island is overrun by monsters. Whatever happened here, it seems that the people working in this place mutated into these things. The monster design is genuinely great, and it reminds me of the necromorphs of Dead Space. They actually lose limbs as you shoot them as well, which is really cool, and it feels like this game is ahead of its time in this regard. Although you can't specifically aim at any particular limb, because the game auto-aims for you and will always point your gun at center mass. And it seems that if a monster loses a limb, it really doesn't change anything. You would think that if a monster loses its head, it has a harder time finding you in the encounter, but no. Losing a limb is only for show. Still cool though. But the best part of combat is when you defeat an enemy, because coins will burst out of their body and bounce all over the place. Each individual coin has its own physics, and just seeing them bouncing off walls is so satisfying, especially in tight spaces. Ignore the Santa Claus. We'll get to that. Suddenly, we are ambushed by a bigger monster. We are saved by the guy that stalked us earlier.
That was close.
Thanks for helping me. My name is Elliot G. Ballad. Well, who are you?
Dogs. I'm a captain of the SS Deanna.
Oh, so he's called Dogs because he's a captain and is always around the dogs? No, he's called Dogs, like the animal. I don't know why. Maybe he likes to sniff ass, we'll never know.
If you're Elliot, you must be with Tim.
Tim is
what? Dead?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know, Elliot?
Tim!
Obviously, you're going to need good help, like me. I can't let a wimp like you go alone.
And with this, Dogs joins our team, and we can switch to him whenever we are low on health or want to use his crossbow. With our newfound party, we come across the Blue Spirit, and Elliot is like,
Nephilim.
What the hell is that? How do you know its name?
I'm not sure.
"What? But you do know, because Tim told you!"
A Nephrim.
Further ahead, we cross another bridge, and for the third time, we are getting ambushed by yet another monstrosity. And again, we're being saved, this time by the woman who called us earlier on the phone. Elliot is so impressed that his voice line cuts off, and Dogs is absolutely flabbergasted by the sheer concept of a female human.
I can't believe it. Shooting from that far?
No shit.
Janine?
A woman?
Thanks to that supreme markswomanship, we live to meet her in person, and Elliot is smitten instantly.
I knew it. She's perfect. She's my kind of girl.
But then the Blue Spirit shows up.
Keep shooting. No, keep shooting.
It won't work. You can't hit her.
Oh, what? You don't say.
I love that Janine dumps a whole clip into the console behind the ghost before Elliot even thinks to react.
What is that thing?
Nephilim.
Nephilim?
She's harmless. So far.
Needless to say, the pacing of the cutscenes is immaculate.
I'm Elliot Ballad. Thanks for helping me.
You know, at this point, nothing surprises me anymore. My name's Janine King. Nice to meet you, Elliot.
Janine King.
Anyone?
Janine gives us a rundown of what this island is. We are in the middle of a research project of a bioengineering company called Kimra. But infos about their research project are locked and can only be accessed with a certain ID.
Oh, sorry. I need an ID password of a lab employee.
Trying to call for help or leaving the island is apparently not on the table. Everyone is just eager to find out more about this research. We need to get that ID, apparently, but where are we supposed to get it? Well, Dogs has a suggestion.
I may know how. Let's go to Rat's place.
He wants to go to a bar called Rats, and he has a very good reason.
Don't be ridiculous. The entire city area has been destroyed. The bar may not even exist.
There's nothing you can't get at Rat's place. That's what we say. Let's go, Elliot.
Alright, sure. Let's cross this entire mutant-infested island because of this saying. Because of this hunch. So I guess we really have to go to the bar. But we can't just take a direct route because it's closed off.
Great. The safety wall is blocking our way.
We need to take the long way around, which means going through a cold storage warehouse, which is locked. So we need to get a key from the nearest supermarket, which of course means that we have to collect all stamps for a stamp rally to reach the highest floor.
Let's join in the Happy Market Christmas Stamp Rally now! Oh, I was a
Fuck this place.
Where we get the warehouse key.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday!
Oh yeah, I don't know why, but these horrible events take place around Christmas time. But if I would point this out, you would never know, because it is only implied with the most subtle environmental storytelling.
Merry Christmas!
It's now the 25th.
Oh, this is the worst Christmas I ever had.
We get the key, go through the warehouse, and find ourselves on the other side of the town, where every other street is blocked off, meaning we have to go through a bunch of shops and back streets to reach our destination. One of those establishments that we need to go through is an arcade, but the door that leads to Red's bar is locked, and we need a code to open it. Luckily, there's another survivor, a little girl that hides in the corner. She is visibly upset, and understandably so. She probably saw her parents either turn into these monsters or saw them getting mauled by these monsters. I mean, I don't know for sure, because all she says is...
Gaily! Gaily!
Okay, she wants a Gaily, whatever that is. And after some time, I eventually figured out that she wants the big purple plushie hanging under the ceiling. And to get that plushie, we have to win at the shooting machine, because it says that the prize is the big Gary? But she wanted to... Wait, where's this game from? Oh no. I think someone messed up the translation, guys. Either way, we win the plushie, give it to the racist child, and leave the arcade.
Thank you.
Stay here with Gaily.
Don't worry, little girl, you heard the man. We'll come back and get you. And then we finally find Red's bar, which is completely empty. But after pushing away the pool table, we find the owner hiding in a secret cellar. And he actually has the ID we are looking for, because of course he has. You know what they say, there's nothing you can't find at Red's bar. Especially herpes. And we bring it back to Janine. The ID, I mean the ID.
This is for you, honey.
She gets access to more infos, or at least tries to, but apparently the lab is off the grid and needs electricity, which we need to reinstate.
The electric system is dead. We can't get into the host of the lab.
Can we get to the electric system?
I guess. We have Chris's ID.
Good. I'll go.
But on our way to the power plant, we come across a gigantic chasm in the road.
It's history. We can't go any further.
Don't give up so easily.
That's right, because Elliot has a plan. Maybe you can already guess what we need to do, because it's pretty obvious. Alright, say it with me. We trigger the nearby fuel tank to explode so that the resulting shockwave can send us over to the other side.
Well. Alright, made it to the other side.
I mean, I said it's pretty obvious. Right before the power plant, we find a tiny parking lot with one remaining Jeep. And if you look real close, you can see that there is a weapon on top of the car, but we can't reach it. Yet. And one look at the door to the facility tells us that something crawled inside. And sure enough, as we reach the condenser room, we see why we have no energy.
This monster was sucking up all the juice.
And after we got rid of the firefly swarm,
Oh god, I got it.
we can go back to...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh!
The owner of the Jeep has returned and is really pissed. But that also means that we can now pick up the weapon, because it fell off of the roof of the car. This boss fight is actually really easy. Even though we are fighting in a tiny area, the only truly annoying part is the monster's poison breath. The attack's hitbox lingers for ages, even though it looks like it's gone.
And... Okay. What the fuck? I'm gonna fucking heal. And goodbye. So, so is this car a hybrid? Ah! Okay, let's see what's up with Janine.
As we get back to Janine, we arrive just in time to see this.
What is it?
Uh-oh.
Neffy? Yes?
Okay.
I swear this game has such a weird, sexually charged undertone. But why did Nefelm do that? Well, turns out that she can only communicate by forcefully inducing an ayahuasca trip into people so that they can see a vision of whatever she wants to say.
I can see now what she's trying to tell us.
She wants us to go into the lab, to this blue light.
I wonder if this blue light is the cause of the disaster.
Yes, it is probably where this whole mutation holocaust started. Why would you want to go there? Don't listen to this thing.
Let's go.
To the bank?
No, to the place where the blue light's at.
Arriving at the lab, we are greeted by an empty reception area. Before this whole thing went south, this was where you could get information. Another sign informs us that we have to keep this area free of germs. It won't let us through otherwise. But don't worry, we can calm our nerves in the cafeteria with a nice slice of pizza. In the changing room, we find lab overalls we need to change into. But Dogs is too large for his suit, so we gotta find a workaround.
It suits you.
When you have a kid, I'll visit you from the chimney.
Is that a threat?
That day might come soon.
What?
May I remind you that this game was advertised to me as survival horror. And what's a must-have in any survival horror game? Of course, the bathhouse scene with a pinch of homoerotic tension. I mean, how else are you supposed to get rid of all the germs, you dummy? Because now we can go through the decontamination room and get ambushed by sentient ceiling goop.
Oh, shit. Oh, it dies. Okay.
What's wrong?
I feel sick. I think I swallowed some of the monster vomit.
Oh, that's not good. Elliot, you look sick.
What the fuck?
Elliot swallowed a bit of the ceiling goop as he was devoured himself, I guess. Alright everyone, add vor to your kinks displayed in this game list. But more importantly, Elliot isn't doing well after that encounter. We need to find an antidote quickly before he fully transforms into one of those monsters. At one point, he is so far into his mutation, the automated infection detection locks us into a room and won't let us leave.
Subject has been contaminated.
Uh-oh.
This room will be isolated.
Shit. Is killing you the only way to get out of here?
Well,
I was locked in there for quite some time because I didn't know what to do. And you know what you have to do? You need to go over to the two inconspicuous pipes and without a prompt, just start climbing. Because apparently, Elliot is now Spider-Man. Do they tell you that this is possible? No. Is there maybe an enemy type that has a similar looking mutation that is climbing on walls and pipes so you can get the idea, the sheer concept that this is possible in this game? No! Is Elliot easy to control upside down with the camera ever rotating around him? No.
and the camera keeps fucking up the controls. Holy shit. Holy shit! How? The problem is, the camera is changing all the time. It's rotating around Elliot on the ceiling. And I think what happens is that, I don't know if it's like the controls are relative to the camera. Because why would you say, do I need to press to go just forward? I would say the up button, basically. But it will turn Elliot around for some reason. If I now press it again, will he go just back? No! Oh my god! I think I need to see this as like a 2D image. Let's say I'm looking at a map and we have north, east, south and west. I need to go south now because he's pointing down basically. Now I need to press the down D-pad button and he will go forward. Alright, I get it now. He controls like a fucking atlas.
But things are looking dire for Elliot. We are on a timer now. We have to find something to heal him with, and soon. But after a whole lot of running around, defrosting blood, and fighting yet another goo monster who gives us access to a medical lab, we find an antidote. Elliot chucks it down and is completely fine again.
Are you all right? I'm fine now.
Okay, so they have medicine that completely reverses the mutation, huh? Wouldn't that be really helpful for everybody else? Wait, doesn't that mean we are killing people that can be cured? Well, who cares? Look at this gigantic monster that I found. It's dead and will never ever move again. I just found it in this cloning room. Apparently they were cloning something big and this is the result. Weird, huh? Well, it's not moving, so I guess we can just move on and forget about this. Talking of forgetting, we're here to see what's up with the blue light. Turns out, after a very, very long stretch of hallways mixed in with the occasional ladder, we find an observation deck. And looking through a window, we see into a chamber with a peculiar looking object. A spore or seed looking thing is stuck in these shutters. Turns out, this is what the Meteor of the beginning was. This cutscene is actually funny. Not only can we see a highly compressed JPEG of Elliot and dogs looking through the window. Look at these two goobers! But the cutscene is also noticeably lacking music.
A blue meteor!
And that's because music is otherwise very much noticeable, even oppressively so. The game has only a handful of tracks and they are all very high energy, high tension and high volume. Even the most mundane things you do in this game are accompanied by the world's most nerve-wracking soundtrack.
This music needs to chill the fuck out.
After seeing the Meteor being stuck in that shutter, we get a call from Janine.
Oh.
Santa, come in.
What would you like for a present, little girl?
Oh, come on, dude.
Elliot, you're alive. I want you guys back here now.
Got it, sugar. I've got a present for you.
Hey, since when have you two gotten so close?
Well, have you paying fucking attention? We go back to Janine, who has made progress in puzzling together what happened when the meteor hit the island.
Let's take a look at it again.
And we have to talk about this animation. I don't know what it is, but it gives this sexual vibes. I mean, the meteor is literally semen-shaped. It's like a sperm, and it goes straight into this uterus tube. And, I mean, look at these shutters in the tube. You can kind of make the point that it's a stand-in for a hymen or whatever. I don't know. Am I wrong here? Is this just me?
Yes!
Yes! But what is at the end of this tunnel?
Oh, shit. This island is an egg of the monster?
We're on a dinosaur egg?
We are on top of an enormous monster egg that came to Earth 65 million years ago, wiped out the dinosaurs, and is now starting to hatch. For whatever unholy reason, the semen crash-landed on this island in order to get to the egg, but it got stuck. Turns out, this semen is sentient and can basically make a projection of itself. It was looking for help, turned into Nephilim, and found Elliot.
We have to drop the Nephilim meteorite on the core of the egg.
Why?
What'll happen then?
Nobody knows that answer.
What?
Wow, what a clever plan.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do this, Elliot? Why are we supporting this cosmic insemination procedure? And why are you trusting Nephilim in the first place? She might not be aggressive, but that's because she literally can't be. She can't physically interact with anything. I mean, she's not corporeal. You saw her zoom through walls. And also, since she is around, an awful lot of mutated people have shown up. Don't you think that's a little suspicious, Elliot? And how are we supposed to drop this semen into the egg anyway?
How are you gonna drop a meteorite through 5 layers of shutters?
I have a plan. Elliot, go to my flat in town and bring me a rifle. I'll tell you why when you get back.
Wait, what happened with the rifle you used before? And why don't you just tell us what you're planning? And why is this game's writing so weak? I guess we have to humor Janine and her petty fucking fetch quest. And getting the rifle is actually pretty uneventful. We go to her apartment complex, fight a literal garbage monster, rage over the world's largest rooftop.
Why does it need to be so fucking narrow? Holy shit.
Let's talk about the camera in this game. I've mentioned it before, but now that you've seen the game footage throughout this video, let me tell you, playing with this camera is extremely awkward. The rooms feel cramped and you can barely see anything. The problem is that you're mostly in rooms or tight spaces and the camera just can't handle it. It ends up climbing up walls and giving you this weird top-down view, completely blocking your view of enemies right in front of you. So why design such claustrophobic levels when the camera clearly can't handle them? Well, it turns out this free-flowing camera only exists in the Western release of Blue Stinger. The original Japanese version had a fixed camera with cinematic angles, similar to the first Silent Hill. I have no idea why they changed it, but it created tons of problems and made many encounters incredibly frustrating.
Oh. Can I go in here, please? Oh, God. Okay. No. Okay. I'm so glad I see so much of the room. I'm so glad.
But eventually, we break into Janine's apartment and grab the rifle. And while we are in her apartment, we get to know a very interesting piece of information.
What?
What up?
Huh?
What? Oh, shit.
Hey, what's this?
Yeah, dog, what the
None
fuck?
of your business.
What?
But this lady holding a baby. She's an Easter shooting instructor.
Jean King. My ex-wife.
Then the baby is...
Janine. My daughter.
Oh, my.
Look, kid. Keep your hands off that girl.
What the?
Don't try to run my life, dogs.
What did you say?
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Let's go. Janine's waiting.
The real reason Janine sent us on this mission to get the rifle was so that we could discover that Dogs is her father. But I guess Dogs already knew this, as he dropped some hints throughout the game.
Janine.
I don't think she likes you.
That snotty little brat. I'll bet her mother is exactly like her. What a bitch.
And when they finally meet after everything is on the table, Janine is at first mad at her father, I guess for not being there all her life, or maybe for calling his own daughter a bitch. But then, to help them break the ice, Nephalem shows up and does a spooky face to make Janine jump and hide in the arms of her father. See? Nephalem is good after all. That's what she wants you to think, at least.
Janine.
Dad.
Oh, God, come on, guys. You gotta be fucking king.
Okay, so what's the plan you need the rifle for, Janine?
Here's the plan.
She tells us that we can lift the remaining shutters by destroying the hydraulics. And to destroy the hydraulics, we need to shoot the pump from afar. That's what the rifle is for, which you can see here in this detailed view in case you forgot how it looked like. Now, to shoot the pump with the rifle, we need to climb a tower to get a clear shot. And to reach the tower, we need to get through a tunnel system with the weird underground vehicle. But there's a problem.
The capsule on board only holds 2.
Then you two get in.
Why?
Dogs is not the best swimmer, and your leg is injured.
We'll wait for you.
No, don't. Work on destroying that pump.
Yeah.
Got it.
What? Was that okay? Any reaction? Elliot, hello?
I don't know why, but they are all acting like this is a one-way trip and there's a high chance that they will never see Elliot again. But when we walk and swim after them, they just meet up again like 5 minutes later. And in between, they even call Elliot and tell him that they are stuck in an elevator or whatever. And then this happens.
There's an elevator controller on top of the tower.
Okay. Elliot? Voice line?
This game is falling apart. Eventually, we reach the top of the tower, push a button, and Elliot is like,
Good.
and then we meet up with Janine again, and she says,
Elliot.
and Elliot is like,
Janine.
and then the tower is like,
Oh, what the fuck?
I need 3 minutes to set up the rifle. Another 45 seconds to aim and fire 3 rounds. Can you hold off the monsters for that long?
Let's do it.
You see, this starts the literal tower defense quest, as we need to defend Janine on the tower from 2 unkillable monsters. Apparently being stuck in a room with this toxic waste gives you impenetrable skin. I won't lie, this is the most frustrating part of the game. The monsters relentlessly go for Janine, and all you can do is shoot them so that they trip and fall for like 2 seconds, after which they immediately stand up and wail on her again. The problem is that reloading or healing takes literally years in this game, and Janine gets disintegrated in the meantime.
How am I supposed to do this? They just stand up instantly and go fucking wail on Janine. I have no fucking time to reload to do anything. Look at this. Why do you need 3 minutes to aim? What are you doing? What am I supposed to do? You just fucking stand up instantly and walk straight up to Janine, fucking wail on her, and I'm out here reloading, wasting my precious ammo. Fuck!
What you need to do, or how I managed to do it at least, is stun lock these fuckers into a corner with a fast melee weapon, because you don't need to reload those.
Okay, this could work.
But this also means that you will take the occasional hit, but you can't heal, because Janine will die while you do that, because Elliot will do this unending animation where he opens up the can and then drinks and then throws the can over his shoulder until his health bar finally recovers.
Wait, why am I so low again? Please, Elliot, please!
Eventually, you'll figure out a strat that works, and it will lead to the most riveting gameplay.
I'm gonna punch you. And I'm gonna punch you. And I'm gonna punch you. And I'm gonna punch you. This is a fun game. And I'm gonna punch you. This is the best game ever. I'm gonna punch you. And then I'm gonna punch you. This is the best game ever. The best game ever. I can't even imagine why the Dreamcast failed.
But then they disrupt your rhythm and everything falls apart again, with what feels like an eternity left on the clock.
Okay. This is not... Okay. 3 minutes of this! 3 minutes! Even more!
Eventually, though, you manage to run down the time and complete this horrible fight.
Please, just shoot, Janine. I'm begging you, just shoot your fucking cannon. Why do you need to aim? The target is not moving, Janine.
Here we go!
Please. What? What the hell? Really, Janine? 3 fucking minutes. Oh god. I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't look like a good idea.
Get down!
The fuck? Who could have thought? Fucking awakening a fucking gigantic monster would be the best idea. God, you guys are so dumb. I hate you all. The fuck?
But then suddenly a blue light forms on the monster and another gigantic monster appears and the two start to fight.
Oh, is that Nephilim?
Well, turns out that Nephilim was actually on our side all along and is now fighting to save the Earth from this horrible monstrosity. At least it appears to be this way.
Beat him, Neffy!
Please!
What the? Look at the lab wall!
The lab explodes, and before us stands the formerly lifeless clone that we found earlier. Now we know what they were cloning. While Nephilim's fight continues in the background, we get thrown into our own final boss fight. And this guy isn't even hesitating for 1 millisecond.
Oh shit! What do you mean? 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 What am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? I just beat your fucking dumb ass fucking Janine defense sequence which sucked ass, and then you throw me into a boss fight without like any means to save? This can't be real. I need to take a break.
After a well-earned break,
Okay, but fuckers, I'm back!
I took upon defending Janine once again and fought the beast head-on, this time well prepared. The final boss will always start with a fire attack, so you need to run immediately after you get control of Elliot. But it turns out that if this boss doesn't have the element of surprise on its side, the fight is incredibly easy. All you have to do is run from side to side and occasionally shoot it. It will try to face you, but it takes ages for this dump truck to turn. And after we defeat our opponent,
There we go.
Nephilim will defeat hers, and a blinding pillar of light will engulf the entire island. The dome that trapped us here dissolves, and our heroes bask in the hopefully not radioactive fallout. After her glorious victory, Nephilim sprouts wings, looks one more time to the gang, and then takes off into space.
Goodbye, Nephilim.
Interestingly, we see what Nephilim does afterwards. We see her flying through space and then morphing into what I first thought was a space station, but in reality is a platform with an egg which is ornamented with semen. Space Station Nephi launches the egg like an asteroid into the darkness and then sends its semen after it. Then the camera turns and we see that this is not the first time this happens, as many of these launching platforms hover close by. This final cutscene casts the entire game in a completely new light. Looking at everything we've seen, it's clear now that we've helped Nephilim carry out her strange evolution process. Nephilim's predecessor shot its egg into space. It crashed on Earth and began to hatch. Nephilim's semen thing found its way to Earth as well in order to fight it. I guess in some sort of survival of the fittest contest to determine which iteration is superior. But Nephilim got stuck. She looked for help, found sentient, more or less intelligent life, and gaslit its way to face the original iteration. But apparently the old generation also has the means to control native life forms, which probably caused all the humans to mutate on this island. This explains why the swarm of bugs attacked Nephi at the very beginning. After defeating the old generation, Nephilim became the dominant iteration of the cycle, the champion, and gained the ability to reproduce. She formed the platform with the egg that probably is just current patch Nephilim and launched it into space, together with several new iterations of Nephilim that may improve on her formula. So at some point, the Nephilim egg will land on a new planet, most likely wipe out all life there, only to fight her successors to repeat this fucked up evolution process. But that doesn't bother these three goobers. They are absolutely clueless. They can just go home with every single problem taken care of.